Hey, welcome back to Day Trade Indy. My name is Ben Jones. We've got Kyle Sherwood here today. We're going to go over a little bit on some rules in regards to day trading. Kyle.
So the question I get asked the most, which makes perfect sense, is what is the pattern day trading rule? How do I get around the pattern day trading rule? And why do I have to bother with the pattern day trading rule? Which is a valid question.
And it's supposed to be set up for protection, right?
Well,
and you and I discussed the fact
yes.
that it may not be actually protection per se.
Well, like most things, I have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think the PDT rule sucks. 99.9% of investors will tell you that it's good for you and that it teaches you discipline. And that is all true. It's 100% true.
And people that don't have money, we don't want to put them in a position where they can lose all that money.
No,
but I also get what you're
treating them like
saying.
kids. Just because you don't have 25 grand doesn't mean you're a moron. It just
Amen
means
to
you don't
that.
have 25 grand.
That's right.
I don't know a ton of people that have 25 grand to just put in a stock market or learn with like that.
Right.
You know, anybody got wives like we do?
It's so funny.
Really...
the stock market's all about women.
No. I mean, I'm just saying, like, my wife was like, "How much?"
Exactly.
You just try not to look her in the eye and get away without a beating. But so I understand, right? Like, it does prevent big loss. But it is very, very annoying for a new trader because when you sit down and you try to put your mind and energy towards something, you want to be able to actually do it. And the PDT rule prohibits you from doing that.
Because you put rules surrounding it that makes you do things that you otherwise wouldn't do.
Yep.
Because those rules are there.
Yep. So just for an overview, the PDT rule means that if you have less than $25,000 in your brokerage account, you can only do 3 day trades. And a day trade is I bought it today and sold it today. You can only do 3 of those in a 5-day rolling average. It's not a week. It's not 3 in a week and it's Monday through Friday. If you make 3 day trades Monday, you're done until next Monday.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they will freeze your account for 90 days. Little secret. Almost every brokerage will give you 1 get out of jail free card.
But 90 days, that's a huge penalty, man.
Yeah, they'll let you sell, but they won't let you buy. It's not any good.
3 months. But the thing that you always, that you reminded me of is it's just not one, what we call round trip. 1 buy and 1 sell on the same stock.
Nope. This is what got me when I first started. So I don't remember what the stock was, but I bought a stock and it went up quite a bit. So I wanted to sell half of it and lock up profits.
Yep.
And then I wanted to sell the other half of it before the end of the day. And I thought, okay, well, that's a buy and a sell.
Because it's the same stock.
Yeah, it's 2 trades. So now I'm like, wait a minute, I can't even scale out of a position. Like I can't even lock up profits. So it really puts you in a position you have to be right every single time or the vast majority of the time. And here's the thing, man, people don't get into a penny stock game because they're looking to invest, right? Like,
forever. No way, man.
I got news for you. Anybody can buy Apple and like not look at it for 40 years. Like that's, here's some investing advice. Buy Apple. Don't look at it for 40 years. There you go. But if you're looking at speculative trading and highly volatile trading, you have to be able to get out. You can't be right every time.
Exactly.
In fact, you can be profitable if you only have to be right like 1 out of 3 times to be profitable if you manage your risk.
Exactly.
If you're selling fast and locking up profit, you don't have to be right even half the time.
All depends on size and which way you go. Absolutely.
Exactly. So with the PDT rule, if you don't have 25K, it is 3 round trip sales of any capacity. You could buy it once and sell pieces of it 3 times. That's 3.
Now, when you talk about 25K, is that 25K at the end of the day? Is that 25K in the morning? Because I've got a couple different alerts. Go ahead.
It's 25K at the time of the purchase.
Okay.
And really, you need 30K Because if you get all the way up to 25K and you make a trade and it goes down, you're back into the PDT.
It's almost like, it's like margin in a sense. It's like you don't want to be called on your margin when
it's
things are going down.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's literally just the government babysitting you. Like,
Kyle,
I have the right to lose my money if I want to. Why is it only for... Why would it... I can go to the casino and play blackjack all day long. Poor as hell. Every poor person in America over the age of 21 can go lose all their money at roulette right now. Why can't I invest? Why? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't. I understand the concept.
It happened after the penny stock boom. Or not the penny stock boom. It happened after the dot-com boom in the 90s.
Yep, because a lot of people went to day trading. And I think, what was that? You and I were talking about something the other day, and it made complete sense, but it just takes a lot of people out of the market.
Yep.
And when it does that, it can really hurt you.
Now, for entertainment value, let me tell you how to get around it.
Okay. Love to hear this.
So
we're not going to jail, are we?
No, we're not going to jail.
Okay,
this is totally legal. It is 3 day trades per account. So if you have an E-Trade account, a Robinhood account, and a TOS account, let's say you have $6,000 you can trade with.
Yep.
If you opened up 3 accounts with $2,000 in them each, you would have 3
for each one.
Trades for each one.
Yep.
In a 5-day period. I recommend just saving your money because it's really, really hard to manage that.
Yeah.
As somebody who tried it, I had a whole bunch of accounts. I had an account called CMEG. It was in Trinidad and Tobago that was offshore.
Did I ever tell you I'd been to Trinidad and Tobago?
Oh, man.
I'm not so sure that's where you want to hold your money. But
well, they gave it back.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they gave it back. Now we're in one of those financially backed by the, FDIC or whatever. But yeah, so there are a couple of different ways you can manage it. The absolute best way to do it is just save enough money, or you have to be aggressive with a small account. So if you have a small account and you're trying to get over the PDT rule, make sure it is an amount that you can lose. Please, if you have $15,000 to your name, don't put all of it in one stock, hoping it goes to 100, because then I'm at 30 and everything will be fine. It's a good way to get divorced. Again, if you have a wife like mine, fist of fury, man. She's 5 foot nothing, thinks she can kill a grizzly bear with her bare hands.
She probably could.
She probably could. But take advantage of swing trades. And what I mean by swing trades, and this is probably going to be our next video, there are day trades, which are buy and sell today.
Yep.
Those are typically momentum trades. News happened this morning. You try to get in before everybody else does. You catch a little piece of a run, make some short money, or make some quick money and sell. That can be enough of a reason to buy. We said in our last one, know what you hold. For a momentum trade, it could literally just be they had really, really good PR this morning. It's probably going to go up. I'm trying to catch 15%, whatever. Now, swing trades are different. And if you're a victim of the PDT rule, you are going to want to find setups that have a very, very solid risk reward. And what I mean by risk reward is if you are looking at a chart. In our last video, I posted in the comments, I put my favorite research sites in the comments. So FinViz, Microstock or Micro Research. I think I had, I can't remember them off the top of my head. Anyway, check the last one. They're in there. TheLion.com, stuff like that. So what you want to do is you want to find whatever your charting service is, and you want to go through whatever your screener is, okay? So that's why FinViz is just the best, because you can just click the screener, and you can just start playing with different criteria to give yourself results. You are looking for things that are, I personally like to look for something that's about 20% off of its 52-week low, and try to and then start playing with the relative volume. So I want the 52-week low. I want to be at about 20% or higher off of it, and I want a relative volume above 2. Go to finviz.com, click screener. It'll make sense. It's 2 of the options. 52-week low, relative volume. And then just kind of start looking at the charts. And you can tell, just based on the way the chart's set up, you can tell if it's been overbought, or if it's been oversold. There's an indicator called RSI. It's also screenable on FinViz. It means relative strength index. Mm-hmm. If you set your RSI parameters to anything below 50, you can be pretty sure that it's not overbought. It's not too far off of its lows, so it kind of it's not a guarantee that it's going to go up, but it should go up, right?
Right.
And if you can look at it compared to its all-time highs or its 52-week highs, you want to be risking very, very little on the low side and give yourself a ton of room on the upside.
So you're just really just managing the risk on the downside, like you just said, but you have something that has already run up before. So it has the legs to get up there.
Yep.
It's a little bit off the bottom, so you know that it's really got a graph that supports it, and you're looking for something that you can hold on to more than just the day.
Yep.
And that's when you start getting into the swing trade. But they could be more dangerous, right? Because if you hold something overnight, but with your guidelines, that helps reduce a lot of that risk. Mm-hmm. And it gives you the opportunity to get that upside, hold it on for a couple days, and to make sure that the pattern day trading doesn't kick in for you. And the swing is to get you overnight.
Yep, the swing is to get you overnight. So, and this is why the PDT is why rule number 1 is rule number 1.
Don't chase.
Because the second you buy, almost everybody's on Robinhood, right? So the second you buy, if you're constantly looking for the next runner, if you're constantly looking for a better deal because you're so anxious to get over it.
You're always going to find one.
You're always going to find one, and it's going to make you want to sell what you just bought.
And get into something.
And get into something else.
That you probably don't know about.
And guess what? What happens if you buy and sell because you're like, oh my God, there's a better one.
There you go. You got a round trip.
There's one.
Yep.
So now you got 2 more for 5 more days.
Yep.
Anybody out there with a gambling addiction, that ain't any good.
And if you got a runner, what's going to happen? You're going to see that thing move on you.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. Maybe you catch a runner in the middle of the move and it starts to go up. Well, you're not prepared for the crash because here's the thing. The backside of the move happens 1,000 times faster than the front side, right?
Yep.
So now they call them falling knives, those big red.
How do you catch a falling knife? Yeah, that's exactly the point. How do you?
Yeah.
You get bloody on the way down, buddy.
So then on the backside, you're like, oh my God, I'm up 20%. And then you get that big, giant red candle down.
Yep.
And now you're like, oh shit.
Right.
Now my 25% winner is now a 10% winner. And I have no idea why I bought it because I was chasing.
Yep.
So now guess what I have to do? I have to sell that because now you're worried about protecting your investment.
Now you got 2, baby.
Well, now guess what? Now you got to sit at your computer and you have to be right, or you have to find something that you know without a shadow of a doubt you are going to hold for more than today.
Exactly.
And
how often does that happen, Kyle, that you're absolutely 100% sure that you can hold it for a day? I'd laugh when I even say that.
In our current scenario,
it's a little different.
I'm sure. A year ago, never. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
So you're in this.
I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what. I don't know. I think I've said 15 times on this podcast.
Yeah.
I can tell you that it will go up.
You just don't know when.
Once it goes,
Yep.
Could be a lot, could be a little. I don't know.
I agree.
I have no clue.
But now you got one round trip. You don't have a ton of money. You got to make a decision.
Yep.
And that thing could turn on you, and you got to mitigate the downside because discipline.
Yep.
On the upside, never apologize when you make a profit.
Yep.
But when you got to sell to cut your losses, you got to do that quickly. Now you're into 3, your 5 days are up. What do? You just twiddle your thumbs.
Yep. So going through, so one more thing that I want to add, not only find a setup that fits, right, but try to find things that have catalysts that you know are pushed out. So that's the only way that I can be truly comfortable.
And when you say pushed out, you know that there's a catalyst that's coming in the future.
Coming.
Not today or tomorrow, but maybe a couple days, couple weeks.
If it happens today,
great,
and I have to sell, then I used one of my round trips under the PDT for a good reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I buy this morning, I'm like, oh, well, I got a biopharma company that's got some whatever coming down the pipe, and
you know what the company is.
I know what it does. I know what they are. I know what I'm looking for.
Yep.
Then when it hits, I know that that's what I was waiting for, and now I'm in a position to pay attention because I'm going to have to sell today or sooner than later, right? That can happen the same day you buy,
right?
But you don't want to. But that was a plan. You had a plan.
So do you manage the number of round trips that you got? Like, if you know that, you know you got one that's probably going to be taken out of your pocket because you got to be careful with it.
A complete happenstance. Like, that's just bad luck. Well, it's good, but you want to have them available so that you aren't forced to hold.
But that's the whole point is that if you're looking for the catalyst comes along, it goes in your favor or doesn't go in your favor. Mm-hmm. You know you've got to have one round trip that you can take care of that situation. Yep. Do you mitigate, like at that point, do you say, hey, okay, the next trade is going to be a little bit risky because I might need to leverage out of it? How do you? I am treating those day trades like they're the most valuable commodity that I have. Agreed.
Because I have personally been in a situation where my third trade.
Yep.
Sorry, not my third trade, my fourth trade. So you get three.
Right.
I have personally been in a position where my fourth trade, I bought that morning, the catalyst hit like around noon. It ran 80%, and now I have to hold it overnight.
Yep.
And guess what happened?
Bam, comes right back down.
So now it's all for nothing. So how mad I was. Oh.
Do you know what the crazy part is, though? Is, you can spread it between accounts. But the only problem is, though, is if in one account you have ABC mm-hmm. and in the next account you have DEF mm-hmm. and you don't you're not locked on to the 3 round trips and you got to get rid of ABC mm-hmm. and you're already 2 in, that could really screw you.
Really uncomfortable, inconvenient, annoying, and it will force you to become a gambler. Because what you have to do then is you have to start rationalizing to yourself why this stock is good. So, there was a reason people bought it today. Like, it might go up.
Yeah.
It might keep going up. It's not going up. These are penny stocks. They all suck. Now, okay, 1 out of 1,000 don't suck. The rest of them are just vehicles to trade. They're just trading vehicles.
But when you convince yourself, that's wrong. And I know I was joking about like this whole girlfriend thing, but once you convince yourself that you are falling in love with a girl, it's the wrong thing, man.
Horrible. Leave.
And so you just need to leave. And my point is just that you can't convince yourself because you have to be disciplined.
Yeah, and it all comes back to the first 2 rules.
Yes.
You chased.
Don't chase.
You don't know why you bought it.
Right.
So now you're sitting there literally like just hoping, firing through Bloomberg.
Yes.
Hoping to
that you're going to find something.
Market Beat's my favorite one, but you're in Market Beat looking at like what pro analysts say, which I think most professional analysts are just throwing a dart at a board. Some of this stuff is like, it's worth $40, it's worth $2.
There's been like research that's shown that when people go into the end of the year and they say, what's good for next year? Yeah. And all of the experts say, here are the top 10 things for next year. Mm-hmm. Do you know they actually ran a whole bunch of research and said those guys are wrong 90% of the time compared to not listening to them.
Hey, you want to know what'll be top 10 next year? Apple.
Yeah.
I'm a brilliant analyst. Just call me an advisor. Like, right? I don't need a degree to know Apple's good.
Did you ever see that research that was on chickens? Like they gave chickens and they say, here, just peck on these 9. And when they pecked on it, they said, hey, you're stock picker. Here, you choose these 9 or have a chicken. They said,
yeah,
like 7 times out of 10.
Wives, they're going to think this is the most like misogynistic thing ever. It's not. It's funny. My wife laughs at all of this. Don't be offended. But have you ever played fantasy football with girls that don't watch football? They win every year. I'm over here running. I got an Excel
every
file.
Stat, every cross reference.
I got an algorithm giving me like expected values, and my wife's just like, Tom Brady's good looking. I'm going to have him. And I'm like, that's
He's got a nice butt.
Won a freaking Super Bowl. Sweet, man. I'm like, well, Tom's pretty old and he's not really getting the ball down the field.
Not
And she's
bad,
like, he's really good looking. And I like Giselle.
I like the colors of the uniform.
Yeah, that's really good. What team does he play for again? And I go, you don't know what team he played for? Have no clue. Does he play for the Patriots? He did last year. Well, I won, so screw you.
That's absolutely true.
It happens every time. Yeah.
But the pattern day trader like changes all the rules. It changes kind of how you look at things, and you have to discipline.
Yep.
You got to have the discipline.
Take it from somebody who did it. I literally got so annoyed with the pattern day trading rule, I put my money offshore in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't recommend that either.
I honestly bet you can't even point to it on a map.
No, it's over there. I don't know where Utah is on a map, for God's sakes. I don't know where Trinidad and Tobago is. But yeah, here's the thing. Great brokerage.
Yeah.
Can't trade OTCs. Can't beat the juice because they make you partner up with a real platform that gives you like lightning fast executions.
Oh, yeah.
So it's $7 a trade.
It's expensive.
You cannot beat the juice.
It's expensive though. Yeah.
No. So anyway, so that's what the pattern day trading rule is. That's how you get around it. No, don't chase. Know what if you're under 25,000, it's even more imperative that you know what you have.
Exactly.
Because when times do get tough, you have to know, is this thing supposed to go up? Like, how far off the bottom of the chart was it? How much room on the upside do I have? Is this just a correction? Is there still a catalyst coming? Because here's the thing. You can have a stock run on speculation of the catalyst, right? Mm-hmm. And if it pulls back down, then you know that you still have the actual catalyst coming, and all catalyst means is thing that makes it go up. What the thing that'll make the public pay attention,
or even makes it move at all.
Just
could
makes
go
it
down,
move at all. Yep.
Even though you're looking for up.
Yep.
It could go. A catalyst can be up or down.
Yep. And if the stock goes way up and comes back down, did it come back down because it's a fundamental change in your game plan? Like one of my favorite positions is CRBP, Corbus Pharmaceutical. They had a huge drop back in September because one of their trials came back with bad results. That'll kill a biopharma. Well, now guess what? Now they're fixing it. So guess who's in the stock?
Right.
Waiting for it to fill the gap.
Blood in the streets.
Right.
So if it gets hammered and it comes down, you know they're fixing it.
Yeah. Since last week, it's been nothing but red. I mean, the last 4 trading days have been terrible. I'm adding. I'm not worried about it. It's a weed stock with a catalyst coming. The feds are talking about legalizing it. The chart's beautiful. I don't worry about anything.
Right.
I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. I don't cry about it. If something else goes up, I sell that, take the profits, and throw it right back into CRBP.
Because if you don't want to do the work, then you shouldn't even be doing this.
No.
So if you're just like listening to whoever's tweeting out, pumping and dumping something,
it's one of the main reasons.
Smashed every time, and you should be smashed every time.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons that now we may be forced to, but it's one of the main reasons that I don't want to just tell people what to buy. I'll tell you guys what I like, and you guys will probably hear the same stocks over and over again until I tell you about the results. But I don't want to be the one that's picking for you, because then you literally don't learn anything.
Exactly.
And here's the thing: people that were given picks for from December until like last week were the greatest pickers in the world. I think on the last upload I said a chimpanzee can throw a dart can pick stocks that'll go up right now. Guess what? Not the case. We have hit a correction in the market, and you have to know what you hold, why you hold it, and what you're doing with it. Otherwise, you're just going to be constantly panicking, blowing through your day trades and causing yourself a bunch of headache. And before you know it, your bank's just going to lock up your account until you screw
And it's
off.
a terrible place to be.
It's a horrible
Why
place
do
to
you
be.
want to be on pins and needles your entire day? I've been there.
You hate yourself.
I don't want to be there. And when I place the call to you and I say, hey, dude, what's going on with blah, 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 you're just like, hey, just chill. We're all over it. The research there. We just need a little bit of time. It's okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm not right 100% of the time. Jim Cramer's not right 100% of the time. Bill Aikman's not right 100% of the time. But I'm right more than I'm not. And as long as I'm right more than I'm not, and I keep enough cash on the sideline to average down, It just makes it that much easier. Because when it does blow up, when it does go to the moon, now I've got more shares that I paid for with other trades. And when I do finally get the catalyst and the chart starts to work and we go back to, penny stock bonanza, which I hope returns any day now. I miss it badly.
Right. You're there. You're there. You got it. You're ready to ride.
And you have double the position.
And my buddy used to tell me all the time, he said, dude, there's only one reason to buy.
Yeah.
But there's a million reasons to sell.
Million reasons to sell.
Your kids need braces. You want a new Maserati. You don't think it still's got any upside to it. It could be anything.
Anything you want, man.
And so you got to have the conviction and know why the heck you're in it and when, how long you're going to stay in it. And where you're going to sell. So 1,000%. At the end of the day, hey, pattern day traders.
Be careful. Know what you hold. Know why you hold it. Treat those round trips
like they're gold.
Gold. And don't, one of my favorite best quotes is dance with the girl who brung you.
Yeah.
Quit trying to one up and better deal the girl you came with. Pick a stock that you believe in.
Yep.
Not that a Twitter account. Now here's the thing. If you like it, by all means, check Twitter and see if it's being talked about because that helps.
Yep.
Right? If eyeballs are on it and you like it, love that. Buy that stock.
Yep.
Then you have a plan. It was your decision. There's some social media behind it. You got a little bit of rocket fuel. You can hold that overnight and you can sleep like a baby.
Exactly.
What if you buy an alert first?
Then you're in trouble.
Your account will be frozen. Next thing you know, your money will be offshore. You won't know where it is.
I know we keep saying about this girl thing, but just because you see a girl that's beautiful, we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of beautiful women.
Looks people great. Are going to be killing us.
Looks great, but I know.
They're going to be like, well, these two idiots just bashing women.
But no, I'm not bashing women. No,
we're not bashing women.
I'm just saying that, there's just like guys.
Yeah.
There's handsome guys
exactly.
that got nothing in their head that aren't good people and are jerks, right?
Yeah.
And just because they look good does not mean that they're the person you really want to be with for any amount of time. Doesn't mean you got to marry them. The thing is you do the research, you have the talks, you go on dates with them, and you figure it out. And we're just saying the same thing. You just got to know what the heck you bought.
Yep.
So you good on this one?
Good on this one, man.
All
Be
right.
careful out there, guys. And sorry about the PDT rule. Your government loves you.
Your government loves you. What a great way to end it. Thanks, Kyle. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.